All right. Let's hop in to game numero uno of the grand finals. Spawning in the upper right-hand corner, representing Team Exxon, it is Cham, our red Zerg player. And his opponent in the lower left for Blazer, it's Krystianer, our pink Protoss. Ah, damn it, Opheron. That's a good riddle. And you know what? That would have been really cool to, like, have a little card for my girlfriend for her birthday and put that riddle in it as to what her present was. That being said, she knew I was building it outside and I kept it under a tarp. At some point, she goes, "Are you building a coffin?" And I was like, What the fuck? She goes, "I don't know, dude. It just looks like a coffin out there." And I looked out and it totally fucking did look like a coffin. I was like, God damn it. It's like, but you don't know what it's for. I had some other gifts in there as part of it. What? ... The probe was attacking a drone? I don't know, dude. Yeah, I got her some, like, some things off of Etsy. They're like the little signs you put up as to what you're growing, because it's like it's a planter pot, right? So you put dirt in it and you can grow shit there. And she's been talking about she wants to grow like herbs. So I bought a bunch of little, like, they look like tombstones, and they have different names of different herbs on them. So like mint and oregano and cilantro and shit. So she does want to grow stuff in there or elsewhere, she could do that. And also a little skeleton dude. Oh, I have to show you guys. On the next break, I'll try to remember to show you guys my little skeleton dude that they were selling them at work, and it's literally the perfect size for the coffin. It's like 28 inches or something. Oh no, I think it was like 31 or 32 inches long, head to toe. And the coffin, the inside of the coffin is like 34 inches. And I was like, holy shit. ... Rip the adept. So no double adept pressure from Krystianer this game. So yeah, the skeleton just fit in the coffin perfectly. And I was like, I can't give her a coffin as a gift and not buy this little skeleton that was on sale at work for like $12 or something. I was like, I gotta put him in there. I gotta put him in there. Anyways, I'll show you. I've been affectionately calling him Steve. I don't know enough about bones to determine if it is in fact a man or a woman. I think if you look at the pelvis, you can tell. Kind of looks like he has a narrow pelvis. I'm gonna assume male, because I think a lot of the skeletons that these kinds of things are based on are male. I could be wrong, but I think that's the case. So you know. Anyways, before we get to skeletons and how spooky they are, this game is an Evo Chamber on the way, Roach Horn on the way, Lair on the way for Cham. He's successfully defended the first Adept, which means the double Adept pressure never came. There are 2 Adepts on the way now, and an Oracle. So Krystianer is going to try to get some damage done, but so far he's only killed a couple of Lings and an Overlord. And this Oracle is very much spotted. Double Adepts. Gonna go for some drones. Looks like he might get 2. The Oracle, in the meantime, is gonna find 2 Queens and a Spore here. Doesn't really catch anything in the stasis. Oh, there you go. Ooh, okay, second stasis. So between 2 stasises, caught 4 drones and a Queen. And he killed 2 drones with the Adepts. However, while I've been talking, Krystianer's been building Phoenixes out of double Stargate. And we're seeing a lot of Phoenixes here. He's playing very differently against Cham than what we saw against Dronehard. And I think that makes a lot of sense because Cham is the better player. As that stasis ends, he nabs a couple of drones, grabs another Overlord. Cham going to be supply blocked here, actually. Doesn't have Ovies on the way either. He's got Spores on the way. He needs to make, 4 Ovies now. Because he needs to keep droning. That's what you do against Phoenixes. This, if you're wondering what the answer is to losing drones and Ovies from Phoenixes, it's build more. Take a base. That's what we see Cham doing. You know, he knows the response. This has been the response against Protoss anti-air since like 2002. This is what you did against Mass Corsair too. You power through it and keep making drones. Keep your drone count up. Keep making the Overlords. Keep them by your Spores. Krystianer still getting some damage done. He's got a lot of Phoenixes out in the sky, 9 of them out here. He probably won't build more. We'll see if he's able to scout this Spire. It's an important scout because there is a Hydra Den. We don't have Hydras on the way just yet. Oh, Spore is moving. Did he spot it? No, see, he spotted the Hydra Den. So he might just straight assume Hydras now. And you play very differently when you're playing against Hydras versus Corruptors. Right now, he's making double Immortal. I actually like double Immortal. There is a world in which he goes into Colossi, but it's not this world. He's going to drop the Twilight Council instead of the Robotics Bay. And I think this is going to work out well for him. There's a world which you say, oh, Colossi are the answer here against a lot of Hydras, right? They're not the answer versus a lot of Corruptors. The Corruptors would kill the Colossi and then kill the Phoenixes in a straight-up fight. So I really like from Krystianer that he's going for the Immortals instead of the Colossi. However, we have a Greater Spire already on the way. The Hive is done, and that means that Cham is going to be able to get these Corruptors out, push away the Phoenixes. He probably will just keep making Corruptors, get enough to fight the Phoenixes, and enough to more Broodlords. And what is there going to be against Broodlords? Did Krystianer spot that? He spotted the Greater Spire. That is a huge spot, because he needs to start making anti-Broodlord things now. Yeah, and we see that Templar Archives pop down immediately. He either needs to attack before Broodlords, which is, there's not a lot of time before this Greater Spire finishes, and there's already a bunch of Queens out, 8 Corruptors out, still 5 more on the way. That's enough to honestly start morphing Broodlords right away. Krystianer needs, he needed to know that that was coming. If he didn't realize that until it was too late, that'd have been bad. He's going to move out right now. I like this decision. He's got a shit ton of Immortals, 8 Immortals, and they become basically paperweights once the Broodlords are out. They're not bad at chewing through Broodlings, but that's about it. They're just kind of there for support. Krystianer has a really strong anti-ground army right now. Here come the Broodlords. He's morphing actually the majority of his Corruptors into Broodlords. What is he at? He's just got 2 Corruptors left. Oh man, Krystianer needs to push right now though, because these Broods are morphing. They're already morphing. The Queens need to get killed. If the Queens die, the Phoenixes can actually win the air battle. That's a big if though. Krystianer's gonna try to just take down this hatchery and recall. Right? Right? Okay, he's gonna back up. He's got a lot of Archons here. But again, the Immortal's just not good. I love the force fields and the backup. Broodlords are really, really slow. Queen's actually, for once, stepping ahead of where they should be. Phoenix is trying to take out some Broodlords, but it's not good enough. And yeah, Krystianer just can't fight this right now. He's got Void Rays on the way. Double Void Ray production. Oh, he needs to be triple. This might not be hotkeyed. He's got a Fleet Beacon finished, so he's going to try to get into mass air as well. But it feels a little late. There's Flux Veins on the way. He's got that 3rd Void Ray started up. Nicely done. Already 2 Voids out. They have a very quick build time now. The Queens are a bit far behind, which means the Void Rays are going to start working on these Broodlords right away. This is going to buy Krystianer some time for sure. 2 Broodlords going down. Third one very low. It goes down as well. All right, now the Void Ray's back up. Krystianer going for a big counterattack. Broodlords just, they have no way of dealing with this. Roaches coming out are... There's like less roaches on the field than there are immortals. It's actually an even count right now. That's not good for the roaches. And in the meantime, Krystianer's going to lose his 4th base, but he killed a 4th base. Cham doesn't have a 4th. Cham doesn't have a 3rd. Cham doesn't have a 2nd. Cham is on 1 base right now. What he has is this. This is what he has. Is it enough? Oh, he's not paying attention. Okay, the first transfuse misses. 1 brood goes down. There's only 8 left. Okay, 8 is still a lot. That's a lot of broodlings. This is a gone 3rd base. Cham's got nothing back at home, and GG gets called. He knows there will be too many Void Rays very soon. He can't break it, and he's gonna lose all his buildings back at home. GG gets called. Krystianer takes game number 1. What a game. I actually really enjoyed that game. Sometimes like the games can be kind of straightforward. That one was not. There were a lot of big ifs, and I think Krystianer made the perfect calls. Like, Cham was the one driving the choices there, and Krystianer made the right choices. His rolls were good, as the D&D fans would say. His perception rolls, his initiative rolls, they nailed it. Yeah, I really like the way he played that. My cat's pooping. Well, she just finished pooping. I just heard the scratching of the litter. She's still working on it. She's got to bury it. You get all buried? You all good in there? She didn't say anything. Cats, actually, fun fact, don't know how to talk. Oh, I need to show you guys. I need to show you Steve. He's like right here, just out of frame. Say hi, Steve. Skeletons can't talk either. Oh. Just trying to hang him up over here. I don't know if I can. We're waiting for the players to be ready. Oh, damn it. They just readied up. Man. All right, the game's starting, so we'll get Steve hung up behind me in a little bit. Oh wow, we're not dropping frames per se, but we're having some issue encoding. All right, Steve, where are you going? Where are you gonna be? Okay, you can stand up right there, dude. Little dude's standing up. I don't know, maybe chat will give him a better name. Maybe Steve, a little too vague. I kind of like it though. I feel like Steve the Skellington is pretty good. I'm a fan of alliteration. Why do we have 0 FPS right now? Maybe changing scenes will help, hopefully. What the hell is the score in this game, in this series? 1-0. It's 1-0. All right, let's get into game number 2 of our finals. Hopefully we get some of these fucking frames back. Spawning in the upper left-hand corner of Death Aura. Representing Exxon, it is Cham. And his opponent in the lower right, for Blazer, it is Krystianer. Big Uzi, thank you so much, dude, for the $5 reduce. I'm glad you're enjoying the casting. You've been dabbling in the casting as well. Oh shit, Big Uzi. You've been doing some StarCraft casting. Isn't it just a hell of a time? Isn't it just a hell of a time? Well, I'm glad you're enjoying. I hope you're taking all of the right lessons from my casting. If I were to make a suggestion to you, when you take notes on what I'm doing, put it in the what not to do category. Unless it happens to be what good casters do also. That's my suggestion to you. Just, you know, in general. Also, if you're trying to learn how to play StarCraft, definitely put what I do in the what not to do category. Speaking of what not to do, actually, I've been planning on doing some replay casting, probably Thursdays post Cock of the Walk. I think it would be a good time for it. I could do it Fridays post IndyK Cup as well. Kind of either or. But probably Thursdays after Cock of the Walk. I like the way that feels. Like Cock of the Walk into some sub replays. And honestly, it wouldn't have to be just sub replays. It would be all sorts of subs, followers. Honestly, just whoever the fuck wants to send in a replay. I'll cast them. You got to be in the Discord, though, because that's where I get the replays. That's how you swindle people into joining your Discord. But yeah, so actually, if you guys want to send in any replays, whether you want me to cast them because they were a fun game, or you want advice on what to do, I'm happy to give advice. I can't promise it'll be great advice, but I genuinely will give you the best advice I can based on watching it. If you want me to just talk shit about you and or your opponent, I could just shit talk. I'll probably do a lot of that anyways. You can ask Flair. It's probably why he doesn't send in replays anymore. There's a replay channel in the Discord, though, so if you are interested in me casting some replays, pop them in there. All right, we're seeing double Stargate from Krystianer again. He liked the way that went against Cham. Gurkor with the subscription, the Prime subscription. Speaking of good casters, Maynard with the sick singing right there, dude. Thank you so much for that sub. And hey, here's a fun fact. It is September. If you are a new sub, if you were thinking of subbing, it's better value for subs now. If you have a gifted sub and you want to continue that sub, it's cheaper now. If you did use Prime at one point, it's cheaper now. This isn't just my channel, it's fucking all the channels. So if there's any channels out there that you were like on the border of, now's the month. You know what I mean? If you haven't subbed before, if you've been using your Prime sub, I might suggest, actually that's a good call. I've been using my Prime sub for Apoptosis for a long time. I might go over and do like just a 6-month sub. For Apop, who I've been using my Prime sub on for months and months and months. I'm pretty sure if you're a Prime sub and you go to spending money on it, you will benefit greatly. Let's focus on this game a little bit, because that's a good tip for casting, is to focus on the game a little bit. This is a big link swell from Cham that Krystianer really wasn't ready for, and I'm a little surprised he's not just focusing down the Nexus. That being said, the Oracle's coming back. He will get a kill on these units. Oh man, he's keeping it up. That's why he didn't focus down the Nexus. I think he killed the Adepts as well. And Cham seems to have read this pretty well, suggesting he's guessing that Krystianer is going back into Phoenixes, and he was right. Those Phoenixes are coming over right now. We got a Hydra Den already on the way. Phoenixes haven't really got much done. Phoenixes are terrible versus Mass Ling. This is one reason why Roddy likes to go straight into DTs after he gets those Phoenixes out. DTs would have saved this base. These Oracle, while this Oracle has a shit ton of kills, it's at 33. It's not enough to save the base, and the Lings are going to keep pressing forward. Do these Lings have +1 melee? They do. They're chewing through these Zealots. And they're going to chew through these buildings as well. There's just not much behind this, and these Lings might genuinely win the game. here for Krystianer, or for Cham. Krystianer's doing some damage on the other side of the map. He's killed some workers. But he's about to lose all of his, and GG gets called. Cham with a really nice counter to the Phoenixes there. Mass +1 melee lings. And Krystianer just wasn't ready for it. Nicely done. It was a good call to suggest, I guess, educated guess that Krystianer was going to go into the same thing. I think he might have scouted the second Stargate. He definitely scouted a Phoenix. God, I wish I'd been paying more attention. I'm pretty sure he scouted that second Stargate. So maybe it was less an educated guess and more, oh, okay, I know when to make a swell of lings that will just fuck your day up. And the 2 Adepts being gone as well, no shield battery there, really, really made it tough for Krystianer.
Chicken man, chicken man, chicken man.
Oh, damn. And Necrocron also subscribing with Prime. He heard that beautiful Maynard voice and was like, I have that button too. 2 months in a row. Thank you, Necrocron. 2001. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Damn, Big Uzi. Putting me on the level with Pig. That's like, you know when we're casting and like, or you're watching some StarCraft and you got a player like M. Canning and he's up against Scarlet or Neeb and you're like, dude, I love M. Canning, but he's punching way up right now. And that's a big one. But he takes him down, you know? He takes down Scarlet, he takes down Neeb, and you're like, whoa. That's where I'm at when people compare me to like Pig. I'm like, damn, I'm punching way above my weight right there in that comparison. But I appreciate it. I appreciate it. And I'm glad you enjoy the casts. We got all of Flair's good replays. All right, let's get into the next game here. Oh shit, Hype Train started up thanks to Raining Bagels 100 bits. So many bok-bogs, dude. So many deleted chicken sounds. Spawning in the upper left-hand corner of Submarine, a map we don't see very often, is Team Exxon's Cham. And his opponent in the lower right, Blazer's Krystianer. Damn. Oh man, we're 69% of the way to Hype Train level 1. Hot damn. Like, part of me is like, oh, Scam Train, let's get it going. The other part of me is like, 69% though, you know, let's just let it ride. That's nice. Well, thank you guys, I appreciate it. Prime subs, non-prime subs, bits, cheers, donations, you guys are killing it. If it counted donations, we'd be on that Hype Train life. Thank you so much, guys. So for replays, if you're in the Discord, honestly, you can just drop the file right into the replays channel. You can just drop them right in. That's the beauty of using Discord. I prefer that personally. I feel like it just makes it easier. I usually download it, put it right into my sub replays folder. I call it sub replays, even though, again, I accept non-subs. Like, not everybody got $5 to spend or fucking their Amazon Prime to give away. There's a lot of great content out there, StarCraft or non-StarCraft, and if you're like, dude, I got too many subs already, or I just, it's not in the budget right now. Listen, I want them replays. If they're good replays, I want them anyways, dude. If you're a rando, maybe not so much. I don't know if I trust randos. I got my speech filter off, you know? But, yeah. Happy to get them replays in. I want to get that going again. I used to do those a lot, and I really enjoyed it. I'm hoping to next month to start casting both the EU and NA ESL Open Cups, at least for a couple of months, but potentially after that as well. I'm not 100% sure what's going to happen 2021. I have a pretty solid plan up until then. But 2021, we'll see. But for a couple months, yeah, I want to at least get. So maybe we do some sub replay casts in between ESL Open Cups like we used to back in the old days. Walt Chicken, dude, Walt Chicken. What a fantastic poet. Do you know who else is a poet? Krystianer, with this build choice. This is a poetic build. This is what's called a charge lot all-in. You guys are looking for a build. I know I didn't talk about this build at all. If you're looking for a build to just fucking kill Zergs, it's a pretty good one. Now let's take a look at what Cham is doing. What's Cham scouted so far? Not much, but he knows something is coming. He maybe thinks it's glaives right now, because that's been very common. This is not glaives. Krystianer is mining no gas. He has full saturation on 2 bases, just minerals. This is only charge lots. He has 8 warp gates coming in. Drones are in a beautiful position. So far, nice defense from Cham. But he hasn't killed very many charge lots. He hasn't killed any. Drones are starting to go down. He can afford to lose drones right now. That's not the end of the world. He doesn't want to lose a bunch, but he can't afford to lose some. 4 is still 5. But he needs to clean this up. The thing is, the follow-up for Krystianer right now is more charge lots. Do you see his tech? No, because he doesn't have any. The follow-up is more charge lots. Oh, he's got an immortal. He's chronoing out an immortal. He is mining some on gas right now. 7 on gas to be exact. But I think Cham's down to 33 drones. That's not fantastic. He's got 9 coming up behind this. Still some drone damage getting done. A lot of roaches heading across the map. Krystianer has 1 immortal popping. No shield batteries just yet. This one's almost done. This immortal's going to come down the ramp, and oh my god. No! Misclick targets down his own shield battery and is going to kill it before it gets up. Oh, big blunder there from Krystianer, and Cham holds off the charge lot all in beautifully. Zergs have gotten quite good at that. I think all the holding off adept builds have really paid off for them, and it's made the charge lot all in not as good as it once was. Interesting build choice there from Krystianer. That is not something we see a lot from him, is a build like that. It was very interesting. I have no idea what just fell. I'm going to get into this lobby and then we're going to discover what just fell. I don't know if you guys heard that, but there's a big old thud just happened. Come on, guys. Come on. Give me that invite. Give it to me, baby. Uh-huh, uh-huh. Give it to me, baby. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Hey, there it is. Sick. All right, I think I might know what fell. Oh, never mind. It was Steve. I had Steve standing up over here and he fell down. Steve, you want to sit? I got a little chair over here. Steve can sit on the chair. There you go. Steve's got a little seat now. Here. There you go. Steve's sitting over there. Before you download the replay, SC drop shows the chat log. Ah, I see. Maybe I'll start making people use that. I'll start making like non-subs use that. How about that? How about that? All right, let's get into this game. God, what's the score right now? I think Cham is it 1-1? No, Cham won twice. Okay, that's right, because he won on Death Aura as well. All right, we're going to Ice and Chrome for game 4 then. Spawning in the lower left of Ice and Chrome is Blazer's Krystianer. And in the upper right, it is Team Exxon's Cham. Oh, Probe trying to be annoying. Can it get a drone? No. I'd be real shocked if this Probe got a drone. It's just like, he's just doing it to be annoying, I feel like, you know? Like, that's all the Probe is doing. Cham's sitting here like, could you not? You're not going to get one. All right. Well, we saw Krystianer on this map do the Stargate into Archon drop against Drone Hard. Maybe he'll do it against Cham here. He hasn't pulled that out so far. He went double Stargate Phoenix twice in a row. Rogue playing a dangerous game. Hopefully the Adept once again can save her friend. They went double Phoenix twice in a row, and then last game, of course, Charge Lot all in. But we'll see. Maybe he'll pull out the, you know, the standard build here against Cham. I think the reason he hasn't done it is, you know, Cham, a very high level Zerg player, is somebody who was high level 2 years ago when Oracle into Archon drop was really fucking standard. Like, every single PvZ opened with that for like a year. It was very, very standard. Kind of like how opening Hellions against Zerg is really standard right now in TVZ. Ooh, only getting 2 drones, losing both of those Adepts. That's not great for Krystianer. Definitely looking for more damage than that. Oracle's heading across now, though. We see that Robo going down. If we see a Twilight Council, I will assume it's going to be Archon drop follow-up. Shield Battery and Stalker is more than enough to hold the wall if these Lings decide to try to push in. Nice save on those drones by Cham. Ooh, no Spore here, though, and the Queens try to go up into the main. So the Oracle will get 3 kills. That's pretty standard for an Oracle coming in by itself. Like 3 drones. 3 drones is pretty okay. Sometimes you'll see 1 or 2. Very rarely will it be more than 4, though. So 3 is pretty nice. It's actually going to make its way back in. Very rarely will it get more than 4, I say, as he gets 6. You know? Some good damage from Krystianer. That's a solid opening for this. That kind of makes up for the 2 Adepts not really getting much done. These 2 Adepts are going to go try to hold a 3rd. They should be able to. There's not a lot of Lings out. We don't see a lot of Lings being produced. Cham's going into a Roach Warren. And yeah, if we take a look, Temple Archives coming up. Krystianer is going into the Archon drop follow-up. We should see, I was going to say we should see a Prism coming out. It's already out. I do like Cham's vision. He saw that Prism. He had 2 more Lings up here. They've been killed. But he knows there's a 3rd being taken, even though he hasn't exactly spotted it. And he has full coverage down on the south side. So he saw that Prism. I mean, he's played Krystianer. I'm sure he knows what's coming. That it's an Archon drop. I think that would be pretty likely. It could be like Glaive Adepts or something. Not anymore now that he's spotted the Archons. Oracle will turn on, get a few more kills here. However, he did chew like half the shields off one of those Archons. That's a nice start to this. That's going to make it a little bit less powerful for Krystianer. You just can't stick around as long when an Archon is lower hit points, right? This is expected to get some damage. If it doesn't get damage, that's really bad for Krystianer. But the worst thing here for Krystianer would actually be to lose this. And we have seen that happen in PvZs plenty of times. It's kind of the danger of this opening. And actually why it went away for a while, I think, is we saw Zergs get good enough with their queen movement to get the prism more often than not. But if Krystianer keeps both of these Archons and the prism alive, getting some overlords, getting a few lings here and there is good enough. Because now he's successfully taken his third base, he's macroed up behind it. Now where's Cham gonna go from here? He's got +1 melee on the way, Bane speed on the way. Looks like he wants to go into like a Roach Ling Bane, Roach Ravager Ling Bane kind of situation. Which, as we saw with Drone Hard, can lead into a very powerful attack. If that's what Cham wants to go for. And while that wasn't a game-ending attack, I think if Cham's able to execute a little better than Drone Hard did, maybe macro a little better than Drone Hard did, which he should be able to, a follow-up could be even more powerful than what Drone Hard did. Which I feel like I just said a lot of the same words in those sentences. But that's okay. Speaking's difficult sometimes, you know? The Cham's fourth base is up, and the Archons are successfully herded away by the Roaches. And we see Cham going towards Hive as the Infestation Pit's about to finish. Ooh, looks like this Oracle maybe didn't get any more kills because 2 queens are here. Krystianer actually taking his fourth base on the north-hand side. You know, I don't know if I like this. There's a very easy counterattack path for Cham. You know, he's expanding up north as well. It's a very easy counterattack path that's really far away from the production of Krystianer and where he's likely to posture his army. I don't know if it's any worse than this fourth necessarily, but I don't know if I'm a huge fan. And actually, Cham, it looks like, has he spotted this? He either did spot this. Well, okay. Oh god, do they both fucking use Diva? Jesus Christ. Cham knows this fourth hasn't been taken and maybe assumes that there's a fourth up here, so he's moving his army that direction. Krystianer is nearby. It looks like he's posturing between the third and fourth to help protect that. But you know, it's not too bad. If he postures at his third, he can defend these 3 paths relatively easily. I'd almost love to see a little bit of defense like here to help against this south side path. But we're not seeing a big attack from Cham. He is going to let that fourth come up. He is building a big army. Well, this Oracle gets back in. It has 18 kills in total. That's a nice little Oracle going on. Roach Ravager Ling Bane is the plan, but Cham has a further plan, and it involves Brutude Lords, the big old broody boys. And he's gonna go for the Ling counterattack. And actually, you know what? I'd love to see a Ling drop. He's got an OV right here. I know it's busy, but at this point in the game, blocking a base, not the most impactful thing. Ooh, Warp Prism had something going on. Killed a bunch of drones. Cham's still on 85, so I don't think he's worried. Oh, Lings and Bane's running in here. Probes under fire. 9 probes going down. And in the meantime, big attack on this Nexus. I think he could take it out if he targets it. Maybe sends the Banes up this ramp. He's going to do that. Storms on the Banes. Kill the majority of them. But, yeah, that buys him time. Buys Cham time, that is, to kill this fourth base. He kills 18 probes. There were some Lings down here. Looks like maybe they got cleaned up or didn't end up running in. Not too sure. I would have loved to see a Bane drop at the same time, or a Ling drop at the same time. Just get a few of them in the base. But Krystianer is going for the counterattack. Is there enough here for Cham? He's actually way down in army supply. He's morphing 70 plus Banelings. Holy shit, dude. Oh my god, look at these banelings. There's 77 of them now. Storms are massive. Oh my god, but we all know hurt banelings do just as much damage as full health banelings. A lot of immortals left over, and it's just Roach Ravager here. So Krystianer is going to keep pushing. He's hitting down here with some zealots. However, the spine crawler took a lot of hits and killed a lot of these zealous, 3 of them. But Krystianer takes down the 4th base. He's doing some damage at the 5th. He's actually targeting it down. Yeah, decides not to. I think he could move down there with his army and take it out. Oh, he might want to recall. He's going to reinforce. He's got a prism here. He's keeping the push going. And I don't hate it. He's actually up an army supply right now. He's taking out 1 base of production. There's no storms left. These Archons morphing. A couple of them come in a little late, but they soak up the baneling shots. He avoids some of the biles, and there's just not much left for Cham. I think there's too much army here for Krystianer. GG gets called, and he will tie up the series 2-2. GG. Oh, man. Sorry, my ears started ringing right at the end of that. Hate that shit. Just every now and then, man, my ears just start ringing for no reason. Oh, what a game though, dude. This is a good series. 2-2. You're all tied up now. And that means we're going to Pillars of Gold Game 5. I feel like we haven't gotten too many Game 5s in finals before. I'm glad you guys can still see Steve. You know, you probably could have seen him. No, I don't think you could see him hanging up. Maybe his feet. I think his feet went to about this level. So you could see just his feet as he was hanging up over there. I want to hang him up behind me, but I don't know how to attach him to this. I mean, I'm sure I could fucking figure out how to attach him to that, but take some ingenuity or like a piece of string, you know, either or. Pillars of Gold is going to be map number 5. Oh shit, shrimp spider. Damn. I'm not watching that clip yet, Flair. I appreciate that clip, but I haven't gotten that far in the video yet. So I'm about halfway through the video of the most recent episode of Wayfarers, maybe a little further. I was listening to it on my run this morning, and right before I started streaming, but I still have a bit left to go. So I don't want to spoil it for myself what happens later. I think I'm probably kind of close to that clip. They're still in that same room, so probably kind of close. So I think I'll just let myself get there naturally after the stream today. I appreciate that though. I appreciate that share. All right. We're all tied up. Finally in the game. Finally in game 5. And spawning in the upper right-hand corner of Pillars of Gold for Team Exxon, it is Cham. His opponent in the lower left-hand corner for Blazer, it is Krystianer. I'm looking forward to this game. I'm interested in how they're going to play it. I think that more standard opening from Krystianer seemed to work out quite well for him. I think he probably just feels very comfortable in that situation against many of the things Zerg can do. That's why it's the standard, right? But I don't know if he wants to do it twice in a row. He did when the Phoenixes worked game 1, he did that again in game 2. And it didn't work. Cham was really good at changing up what he did and reacting to what Krystianer was doing. Could we see that again? I feel like Cham did a pretty good job defending in the last game. He would probably do a slightly better job defending this game against the Archon drop, etc. But it's still like, it didn't feel like Krystianer got that crazy damage that he got versus Drone Hard against Cham, and you wouldn't expect it, where he's getting 32 drone kills and a few queens and a bunch of lings and a couple overlords. It wasn't like that against Cham, and yet Krystianer was still able to win. So you know, if he went for the same build, I really wouldn't blame him. That being said, I want to know if Cham's going to do anything different. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he completely holds off everything that Krystianer's doing if he goes for the same thing, and Krystianer just ends up in a bad spot against a big push from Cham. Who knows? So far, this is looking just about like every PVZ so far. Yeah, we'll just have to keep an eye on what Krystianer built. He could try to go back into Phoenixes. Sometimes certain maps require certain strategies. I don't know how Krystianer's feeling about that, or Cham for that matter. But this is map 5, so whatever they pull out, it's got to be all the stops. You can pull out any build you want, but there's no stops in the build. Once the train gets going, it doesn't stop. As characters from as a character from another video game would say, can't stop, won't stop. Adepts taking a lot of damage before they get any drone kills. Really nice drone pulls from Cham. He's going to kill one of these Adepts before anything goes down. One drone killed by those 2 Adepts. Even better defense than last game. And that's I mean, I wouldn't call that a lot of lings, but 8 lings is a relatively significant amount. Krystianer is well defended back at home, so it's not going to be an issue. And it looks like he's going into that same kind of build. He's going to get the Oracle over here and follow it up with an Archon drop. No Spore, but double Queen. The Oracle can't stick around too long. But nice 4-5 kills. All right. I was talking last game about how a lot of times these days we don't see more than 3 or 4. So for Krystianer to get 6 last game and 5 so far this game with the first pass by the Oracle, I gotta say it's really nice. Oh, he doesn't turn the Oracle on there. I'm actually a little surprised. Depths warping in. This is, I mean, God, I'll tell you guys, I have watched so many games that look just like this. I didn't cast nearly as much back in those days when this was really popular, but I did cast some back then. I did cast kind of maybe once a week. I would cast a tournament. That was like back when I was co-casting with Ananzi, who actually got me into casting. He was the first person to offer me a casting gig, as it were. God, look at, once again, the lings here for Cham gives him perfect vision, and Krystianer's not going to be able to warp in Templar nearly as easily. Anyways, but this build, I still saw it a lot watching tournaments. This was the fucking standard. Where did those Adepts go? Did they die? Yeah. Alright, the Adepts died somehow. But third base is up and the Oracle is here. The Oracle might have had to do some work. Yeah, too many lings out actually to morph these Archons, and this is buying Cham infinity time. You may think, oh, it's buying him some time. It's buying him infinity time. Because by the time these Archons get across the map, they're now basically morphing at home. It actually would have been quicker for Krystianer to morph them at home just fly it across the map from the get-go. Cham has already a bunch of roaches out. He's already going to be just more ready on the defense, which means this is going to do even less damage. Or it's going to do the same amount of damage, but Cham's going to counter with a bunch of roaches. Now there's 2 immortals and actually a 3rd one about to pop back at home. So I don't know if this roach counterattack is really going to do that much. Ah, never mind. Now that it's Ravagers also. I thought it was just going to be some roaches, but Cham is actually going pretty heavy on this. He's got 56 drones. He's like, let's do it. And these Archons are doing nothing. They're doing nothing right now. They're going to supply block Cham a little more. The units are already out, though. And Soracle's going to do as much damage as it possibly can. 3 immortals coming down from the high ground, but this 3rd might just be forfeit. Oh, no, the Lings. The Lings are here. Where's the Prism? I would assume it got recalled. No, it's just flying home. 16 probes already dying. Super shield battery goes off. Oh, but the Biles are too much damage. And I think Krystianer was actually hitting his warp gate by accident again there. Biles hit one of those Archons, hit a Zealot. And I just think this is going to be too much. Cham with a big attack. I don't know if I'd call this an all-in, but it is a big counter. Beautifully done against the Archon drop of Krystianer. Probes are getting pulled. Krystianer's fighting for his life. This is game 5. He was so close, but I think Cham just has too much. And GG gets called. Cham is victorious in this week's IndyK Cup. He takes the victory over Krystianer 3-2. Just barely scrapes it by, but he takes it. That's it for the